Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. I'm going to do your daily mini reading for you now. I'm using my mystical tarot, and I think I'm then going to pull my Diana Cooper Angels of Light cards for you afterwards. This reading is for those that most need to hear the message. If you resonate, you're simply remembering what you already know in divine timing. And if it doesn't resonate, my darling, it wasn't for you at this time, but there'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time you need it, as guided by spirit. If it does resonate, I would be so grateful if you would comment, like, share, subscribe. It's just a beautiful exchange of energy between us. And if you would like a personal reading, all of the details are in the description box below. So let's move forward with the reading and see what spirit has to say for those that most need to hear this message. And this has come out for you. So you have the Eight of Cups, and on the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Wands. I feel for many of you, this is to do with something that hasn't been fulfilling in your life, but it's not to do with a relationship here. This is more in terms of where you are right now, in terms of your authentic self as opposed to what you are doing. So we have here, and on the bottom, as I said, is the Queen of Wands. So I'm just going to look at the Eight of Cups first of all for you. So there has been a walking away with a determination. It has been a hard thing, or you are considering a very hard thing to do at this time. You feel like it's an uphill struggle. You feel like things that sort of forces are working against you, and that there is maybe disapproval from some people around you that you are making this decision, or you have made this decision. Now, the thing about the Eight of Cups is that it is not that it is unappealing. It just doesn't feed your soul, is the expression I'm getting. Whatever this is for you, it doesn't feed your soul. It is something that you are doing because you need to do it, as opposed to something that sort of fuels the flames within you. And I've got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, and also it is a reminder for you that all of those 8 cups that are sitting there represent connections that you have as well, connections that you have with people, with relationships, whether this is something to do with what you're doing as a career, or something to do with relationships you have with other people emotionally. And everything is sort of interconnected as well. And so each of those cups is a sort of represents the history of all those sort of emotional connections that you have. And Spirit is asking you, if you have made this decision, or if you're making this decision now, to take a break from it, to take a break from whatever has caused you to feel this was not right. It's to pull yourself away from the looking at it. It's to pull yourself away from the discussing of it with others. You've made a decision, and you may have not done it yet, but at a core level, a soul level, you've made this decision to walk away. And this is resonating with you. It's important that you appreciate that it is not that you have done something or are doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You absolutely should, but that you are doing it with the right intent. You see, what you're doing is you've already willed yourself into the next energy level. You've already willed yourself into the next stage of your evolution, of your soul's evolution, of your development, of your authentic path. And so whatever energy that may be keeping you there, Spirit is saying it's time to release that and time to let it go, with the understanding that it has played a very important part of your journey where you are right now, and you are very much on a journey. And then we have the beautiful Queen of Wands, who's sitting here on the bottom of the deck. So this is this overriding energy. Now, wands represent desires, they represent energy, okay? This fire in you as well. It is what makes you tick. You have, I'm getting the word fire a lot, so I don't know if you have a slightly fiery personality, but that is beautiful, and that is brave, and that is bold, and you're fueled by your passions. So let that fuel be towards now towards looking forward, my darling, towards looking towards the future. Your heart is ruled by your desires, and that is a good thing. But if you are asking somebody to change, or to asking for something to happen where you're coming at it from an unaware state. That's not going to happen. So what Spirit is saying to you at this time is be fueled by your desire, be fueled by your emotions, but with the understanding that whatever negative emotions are happening right now, they have to come up and out in order for you to step into the next person, the next evolutionary person that you're going to be. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who has learned to channel that energy towards her authentic path, towards her authentic self. You are holding a sunflower here, and the sunflower represents your growth, your independence. Sunflowers stand tall and strong, okay, and they turn towards the sun. So there has been a lot of healing going on. So, and Spirit is saying you can stand tall and strong, you can stand independently, you are amazing, you are fueled by your desire, you have a passion within you. Now focus that passion on what it is that's right for you, my darling, because this is the movement forward for you. And come away from looking back. Do you see she's sort of almost looking back there at these cups? They're all part and parcel of who you are today. If you regret the past, then you are regretting the lessons that you have learned to be where you are right now. And the Queen of Wands, coming back to this sunflower, you've done this all by yourself, and you've taken responsibility for yourself. Now it is the trust that where you are directing your attention is where energy is going, and that is bringing in new shoots of growth, new things that are starting, can you see on the wand here, starting to take shape for you. You're very good at also with your energy. It's a very fluid, flexible energy. You're very good at stepping into other people's energy space and encouraging them to feel comfortable in your presence. And that's one of the gifts that you have. But I think there is within you, because you are a fiery personality, maybe a Sagittarius here, but because fiery personality, that you want things to happen right now. And so Spirit is asking you to actually trust, again, she's sitting here, to trust that it'll all come to you. It'll all come to you if what you're putting out there is authentic and it is without judgment and without ego. Whatever your desires that you've put out there, it will come to you, and it's trusting that it'll come to you in the right time for you. So let's see. I feel like I need to pull one more card for this. Thank you. More about the Eight of Cups, please. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so you've got the Five of Wands here. So yes, it's been the Five of Wands is representing what you've walked away from. So it's, for many of you, this is something to do with your life path, your career as well, and the people that you've met along the way. Remember, sometimes, I mean, the Five of Wands can be kind of conflict. It can talk about egos facing off against one another. It can talk about people not listening to another in a argument or a discussion. But actually, it's also a reminder sometimes about the conflict that goes on in our heads, about when we meet people that we find difficult, we have a tendency to get defensive and to come back with reactionary replies. And what Spirit is saying is that actually there is necessary contrast in our lives. There's necessary conflict in our lives. And actually it is that person can be in that moment of time when we are triggered by them to be one of our greatest teachers. So, and healthy Five of Wands, this is sort of the Olympics and everything. Healthy competition, healthy teamwork is also very vital. You don't have to do this alone. And it helps you when you start to listen, to understand what is happening, as opposed to coming from a reactionary place when somebody's upsetting you. It's allowing you to release things and also to improve your skills, because there is something that you are destined to do. you're something you're destined to do. And all of this that is happening now, or has happened for you, this is in the past here, has allowed you to improve. And I look back on my very varied career, and in each and one of those things, I don't regret any of it, because each of those events, experiences, the people I've come across has allowed me to be who I am today. And where I am right now, I am extremely, everlastingly grateful for. So, and if I hadn't had any of that, I wouldn't be where I am today reading with you now. And I'm including there all of the contrasts that at the time were very, very uncomfortable. So let's pull now an angel card for you. And they are just cards with writing on the front, but let's see what they have to say for you for this. And there are some people, my darling, who, want to kind of show off their skills and want this. And do you know what? It's love. One of the things is that when we see appreciation in somebody, when we see beauty in somebody, when we see something in somebody that we admire, say it, even though it might make you feel uncomfortable to say it, because if you say it, perhaps maybe their behavior that can be a little bit triggering to you is happening because they have a need for you to say what is there already in their heart, but they don't quite believe it about themselves. So that's that message. And I kind of was seeing that with, some of these people here kind of showing off their muscles and whatever. So, people act out sometimes because of insecurities that were in them. So, and so Spirit is saying that if that is what you have come across in the past, if you do get a moment to even maybe not say it to them, but to others who you feel may need to hear, you are amazing. God, that was extraordinary what you did. What an angel you are. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. One act of kindness, one moment of kindness that you give could have a very lasting impact on somebody's life. You are obviously as the Queen of Wands, very intuitive and empathic, and people are drawn to you like a moth to a flame. And so the power of your words, remember, words can be very powerful. They can either shut somebody down or they can raise somebody up. So I want whoever this is resonating with today, Spirit is saying, go and raise somebody up that you feel just with the power of your words, you can empower them to actually feel about themselves what you are saying to them. And say it obviously with integrity. Don't say it to people that you're not feeling it about, but say it with integrity to those that you may have not thought that they might not to hear it, but they do, because actually it's encouraging, as I said, their own best thoughts about themselves that they may not have been believing. So, and I'm just going to pull a Diana Cooper angel card for you. Thank you, Spirit. There we go. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Well, you've got clarity. So when you're in this place, okay, when you were in this place here, and I'll read out the clarity for you in a second, because you are busy a lot of the time, I feel there's been a lot of things. There's been a lot of sort of noise around you, and actually I always sort of, our mind is like a noisy brass band, and actually Spirit, our soul, is like a flute that we can't hear when the brass band is going. And so Spirit is saying with this, when you're in this space, and you know what this space means for you, it is those quiet moments when you have to yourself, when you're not rushing, you're not feeling like you're having to do it, you're actually enjoying being still. And that is when Spirit can literally fire you up, literally get, those ideas that you have are original thoughts, they're original source energy. So the clarity, the understanding comes through not doing, darling, but being. And I talk about this a lot because in the doing, we're blocking Spirit. In the being, and allowing things to come through to us. You know, one of the biggest things that, you know, we've been taught is we must work very hard in order for something to happen. But when we're working very hard, but if we're attaching the wrong energy to it, that we're not feeling like doing it and we're really tired and we don't want to do it, then we're not giving it the right vibration. But when we do something from that place that, you know, when you're terribly excited about it and you feel driven by the fuel of your fame, of your desire, that is incredibly empowering energy. And in that space, have you noticed that's when various other original beautiful ideas and things come through? It starts to create a flow. That's your clarity. That is the voice of your soul coming through in a clear, beautiful way that gives you that feeling of, that's it. That's what I should be doing, or that's how I feel. So what this card is saying with clarity, his angel wisdom reminds you that a busy, cluttered mind is a sick one, and a still, clear mind is a divine one. Allow the wisdom in your heart to radiate out and dissolve the chatter in your mind. And you have such this feeling you have, this desire that you have, that is stronger than the clutter in your mind, okay? Know that your angel has drawn this to your attention and is waiting to help you in your task. Sit quietly so that you can find the stillness within. Then you can shine a pure, clear light onto every area of your life. In the clarity of this light, the angels will reveal a new way of being. You will see things differently and be able to make decisions from strength and clarity. And your affirmation is, my mind is quiet, still, and clear. So even in a space, if you're thinking about people that slightly make you anxious and slightly kind of pull up those barriers, one of those extraordinary empowering things to do is to sit in that space and send energetic love and light to the situation, to that person. And in the doing of that, you're releasing the negativity that's attached to you, the lower energy that's attached to you. And as Spirit says, you will start to see things, you will start to hear things differently, you will start to observe things differently as well. So I hope that has helped whoever has come forward for this reading. And it is something to ponder on today. And I think all of us, whether this reading is resonated or not, you know, to give somebody who we feel might not need it, or we're aware of they might not need it, some beautiful words from our soul to them, to encourage them to see it within themselves. Sometimes people just need that. So I'm going to leave that thought with you. Tell somebody today how amazing they are. And so much love to you. And I'm going to do Aquarius now. And thank you for everybody's very patient waiting for their Aquarius reading. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Lots of love, my darlings. Bye-bye.